Hi, welcome to Ski Talk. I'm Steve, your host from skis.com. I'm also the ski buyer and ski-EO here. Joining us today is Ray Skelton, our longtime Dalbello rep, to talk about Dalbello ski boots. Thanks,
Hey,
Ray.
Steve.
How you doing?
Great.
Good. Well, in my hand I've got the Lupo with ID liner in it. This is a super beefy, all performance, full featured, go anywhere, big mountain side country boot. With the name Lupo, what does Lupo mean?
Lupo means the wolf. This happens to be Sean Pettit's pro model boot, and Sean is really into the wolf thing, and
so that's why it's got all these features. These are all the things that Sean wants on his boot. This is actually the boot he skis on?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so this has got the Krypton Shell, which I think has been around for a long time. Very, very proven, three-piece shell. Lots of cool features on it. Can you tell us quickly about that?
Yeah, the Krypton Shell, if you're not aware of it, it's a three-piece shell. You have the lower shell that comes all the way up to about this high, so you have a lot of power, a lot of energy, or a lot of power and guts and lateral flex. But then the rear cuff, or the upper cuff here, has a super low hinge point. And what that allows the boot to do is flex anatomically, absolutely freely, with the way that your leg works with your foot. And then to tie it all together, the boot has a nylon tongue that's actually a ribbed tongue. And what the ribbed tongue does is allows the boot to flex with that rear cuff, as we talked about, and then snap back with a tremendous amount of power. That's why we use the nylon tongue. And the ribs were actually, it's kind of an interesting thing, but the ribs were developed in the mid-'80s by a NASA engineer who happened to be a skier, the guy that helped design the ribs like in a spacesuit, the elbows and knees in a spacesuit. And so that tongue allows it to flex with no shell distortion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's been around a long time. Now this is a 98 lasted boot. So this is a very narrow boot, very tight fitting, super high performance. But you've developed this new concept called C4, which helps to make a 98 lasted boot not have those hot spots or pressure points.
Right. C4 stands for Comfort 4 Fit. And what it is in a nutshell is there's 4 key spots that boot fitters typically always have to punch or shape or fit in a boot. And in this boot you have the ankle bone was shaped to fit your ankle bone. The navicular bone right here was shaped to fit your foot. The 6th toe area for people with that wide foot or that extra bump on the side of their foot. And even the heel has got a bump out where a lot of people will get rubbing pressure in the back of their foot.
So a little space where you need it, but still that tight 98 lasted.
Yeah, and it also allows a 98 lasted foot to fit a foot that never thought they could get a 98 before.
So let's talk about, it's got the Vibram sole on it and the SkiWalk feature. Let's talk about those.
Yeah, Sean, and this could be any of you guys, but Sean's out hiking on the top of mountains, he's riding helicopters, he's riding cats, he's riding snowmobiles, and he needs traction at times. So we put the rubber-clad hiking sole.
He's not always in his skis, he's sometimes just in his boots.
Yeah, getting to the places where you can shoot those movies. And so we put a rubber-clad hiking sole in the middle of the boot. It has Vibram toes and heels for traction. And then the other thing that he does is when he's in the copter or on a cat or whatever else, he'd like the boot to be a little bit more upright for long-term comfort. We all see the videos and the films and the movies and it all looks cool. You see ski. Well, you might stand around for a half hour, 45 minutes waiting to do a shot. So
our customers probably aren't doing a shot. They're waiting 30, 40 minutes in the bar to get a beer.
To get a shot, yeah.
To get a shot, there you go.
Absolutely. But this big burly aluminum piece back here, it's not your typical walk ski feature where you push a little button. This thing takes guts and power to release it, and then to put it back together, we have to flex the boot.
It's not your daddy's SkiWalk feature.
No. This is for the guy that's doing 100.
So let's talk about flex on this boot. What's the flex on this boot?
This boot starts out at about a 130 flex, so it's a beefy boot.
Starts at 130.
Yes.
And then you can go stiffer than that.
Right, there are flex blocks, which is something common in all the Krypton boots. But in the back of the Krypton boot, the lower shell, when it comes up, it splits like that, like a V. We call it spines. And you put flex blocks into the spines. So if you want to beef this boot up, or any Krypton boot, you put a flex block in a low position, and it makes the spine stiffer. Put it in the upper position, the spine cannot close at all.
So that allows you to get the boot up to 150 maybe
or
more.
And more.
Like
this thing is
like a cement block.
Right.
It's got the full customodable Intuition ID liner on it.
Every square centimeter of your foot is custom fit in this liner.
So who's the ideal customer for this boot, right?
This is the king of the hill skier. This is going to be every hardcore guy that is looking for the best boot in the world.
All right. There you have it. The Lupo with the ID liner from Dalbello. Ray, Steve, thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot.